Namaste. Welcome to AI Product Wallet channel. Today, we're diving into something that really flips a big idea on its head. This whole notion that in the world of AI, bigger is always better.
For what feels like forever, the AI race has been all about just getting bigger. More parameters, more data, just massive scale. But you gotta ask, is that really the only way to go? Is a giant one-size-fits-all model always the best answer?
And this quote, man, it just nails it, right? You wouldn't use a sledgehammer to hang a picture frame. It's so true. In engineering, and now, especially in AI, winning isn't just about who has the most brute force. It's about being smart, being precise. It's about having the perfect tool for the job.
So that really brings us to this big fork in the road when it comes to building AI. What's the goal here? Are we trying to build one single gigantic model that's kind of okay at everything? Or should we be building a whole toolbox of smaller, super sharp tools that are absolutely brilliant at one specific thing?
And this slide really breaks it down, right? You've got these massive generalist models on one side. Yeah, they're powerful, but wow, they cost a ton to run and they can be kind of slow. On the other side, you have these lean, mean specialist models. They are way cheaper, super fast, and responsive, and they become a true master of their one specific task. It's really that classic trade-off: brute force versus surgical precision.
Okay, so this whole idea of precision isn't just some high-level theory. Nope, it's real, and it's been built into an amazing new tool for developers. So let's get into it. Meet the star of our show today, Gemma 3270M.
So what is this thing? Well, at its heart, Gemma 3270M is a super compact, really nimble model. We're talking just 270 million parameters. Now I know that sounds like a lot, but in a world of billion parameter giants, it's actually pretty small. But here's the key. It's not trying to win a size contest. Its whole purpose, its entire design, is to be fine-tuned for very specific jobs. And get this, it's really good at following instructions right from the get-go.
All right, so you're probably wondering, how on earth does a model this small pack such a serious punch? Well, the magic is all in how it's built, in its architecture.
Let's look at the blueprint here. First off, yeah, it's compact, but it has this massive vocabulary, which is key. It lets it understand really specific niche language, perfect for when you're specializing. It's also built for something called quantization. Now, that's a fancy word, but it just means you can simplify its math to run with what's called INT for precision. The bottom line, it uses way less memory and power, which means it can run on smaller devices without really losing any performance. And all of that leads us to its absolute killer feature. It is extremely energy efficient.
Okay, check out this number, 0.75%. What in the world is that? It might not look like much, but trust me, this tiny number tells a huge story about just how incredibly efficient this model is.
So that 0.75%? Get this, that is the total amount of battery a Pixel 9 Pro phone used to have 25 full conversations with this model. 25! That's insane. That level of efficiency is a total game changer. So let's move from the numbers to the real world and see what this actually looks like in action.
Okay, first up, a big-time corporate challenge. SK Telecom had a problem. They needed really good content moderation. And let me tell you, that is not an easy job. You have to understand nuance, context, and deal with multiple languages. The old way of thinking would be, all right, let's just throw a giant, super expensive model at it and hope for the best. But that's not what they did. Instead, they went all in on this specialist idea. They took a Gemma model and trained it to be an expert at one thing and one thing only, this complex moderation task, right? They didn't need it to write a sonnet or debug code. They needed a world-class moderator. And the result was, honestly, incredible. Their small, specialized, fine-tuned model didn't just match the performance of those huge, expensive proprietary models, it actually beat them. It is the perfect, real-world example of using the right tool for the job. Precision won, power lost.
But this isn't just a story for giant companies. The amazing efficiency of a model like Gemma 3270M opens the door to so many cool, creative ideas. Because it's so tiny and power-sipping, it can run things like this, a bedtime story generator app that works completely offline right inside your web browser. That means your privacy is protected and the whole experience is just super smooth.
So, after seeing a corporate giant in a cool, creative app, you're probably thinking, could a small, specialist model be the right fit for my project? Well, let's figure that out. Here's a quick toolkit, a checklist to walk you through it.
Just think about what you're trying to build. Number one, is your task really specific and something you'll be doing a lot of? High volume and well-defined? Number two, are costs a factor? Do you need to squeeze out every millisecond of speed and every fraction of a cent? 3. How fast do you need to move? Do you need to test ideas and deploy them quickly? And 4, what about privacy? Is running on device without sending data to the cloud a must-have? And finally, number 5, do you imagine having a whole bunch of these expert models working together? If you're nodding your head and saying yes to these, then a specialist model is almost definitely a fantastic choice. You could literally build a whole fleet of experts without breaking the budget.
Look, at the end of the day, the era of needing a sledgehammer for every single nail is coming to an end. This new way of thinking, building smarter, faster, and way more efficient AI with these specialized tools, it's not the future. It's here right now. The tool's in your hands. So the only real question is the one you see right here. What amazing, specialized expert are you going to build?